art of engaging one's metaphors. When our venerable sun moves directly over sacred Mother Earth's midsection, or Her Majesty's equator, darkness and light are made almost equal in duration, for the most part, occurring between September 22nd to the 24th, of course, the autumnal equinox. 'Tis the culmination of the manifestation process, which has been in effect taking place since late June, as is the same case every year thusly, in the natural evolutionary order and scheme of things, where every 2 weeks, or lunar half-month periods, indicate a series of challenges or a unique function, as each span reaches a climax or point of highest development before yet another cycle begins again and again. In otherworldly words, each lunar bi-week is and adds a specific element to the overall story of life, giving one clues as to what challenges lie in wait and how to prepare for meeting same head on with all three eyes wide open, no less. And to be sure, if you haven't noticed these patterns yet, everything that and or which is learned is always summarily challenged again, in order to ensure it sinks in deeply, appropriately enough, developmentally speaking. 'Tis the time of season for the second harvest of berries, nuts, and fruit, the Viking celebration, which way predates Mabon, emphasizing that one indeed reaps what they have sown, metaphorically and temporally speaking. For without the bountiful and nourishing fruits of labor and kernels of knowledge, which summer ultimately provides and gives one has little to no way of truly determining one's direction or directive for the coming winter ahead, well after fall is gone, of course. And the past 3 months or quarter year is similarly set up to bring one even further sustenance and insightfulness. Examining it in a formulaic kind of way, as in this plus that equals these, or mind plus matter equals physical results. Such is the natural process and progression that takes place and transpires to focus one's creative vision most organically, naturally. Where speaking one's personal truth brings ability to aptly apply and make best use of thy internal thinking process in regards to sowing and tilling one's story. See 813's post, which gives thee the possession of the means and or skills to formulate and hence form those concepts into connected events that shape and extend how one perceives and presents oneself. This time refer to August 29th's post, where this plus that, said and done, equals meeting and or meting, metaphor, the beginnings of understanding the whys and what-fors of life itself, which just so happens to be the very subject of this here time period. Put simply, or simply put, self-expression plus one's own words equals kenning, or knowing and or perception, aka a compound expression in Old Norse poetry, imbuing archaic connotations. Easier said than done? Not. For even though one may use mantras, phrases, and utterances or whatnot to explain and or impart meaning, doing so in one's own words is what's most important and powerful, for saying things and thinking thusly imparts and evokes deeper responses still, as well as more dramatic effects, hence building a and or the sense of penetrating insight and meaning into the purpose of life and living. In fact, wording things metaphorically is a natural extension of one's poetic expression, giving one the ability to pair actions and feelings with profound language, to cause and affect one's calling into becoming a so-called heart song, yea, akin to happy feet. Refer to the movie, please. And the past and coming weeks from 9/13 to 9/28 are about doing just that, shedding a little light on what shadows there is and or are left to dispel by offering or proffering a description of whatever this and that may be, which of course is what gives one the power to relate to it in the first place. See, 'tis the elementary way to experience shamanic ecstasy. That is self-inducing a theta brainwave state by bringing or recalling one's innately unconscious feelings to the fore of thy conscious mind. In addition to kenning, this particular section of the season is also tied to keening, the action of high-pitched, prolonged wailing in grief or sorrow. However, in more of an albeit slight but persistently and pervasively annoying, anxious, or discomforting kind of way, giving this time and or period undertones akin to shedding a shell or skin, or as in a cauldron of bubbling stew, slowly but surely expanding and increasing in intensity, which, if left unattended, would surely become a terrible mess if not dealt with ASAP. Get it? And such is the nature and nudge of this and next week, where and whenever necessity presents herself, ye mother of invention. Again, so to metaphorically speak, and the lessons are not about petty external things, such as how, where, or with whom something happened or happens. Nay, 'tis what one learns from the given experience that is the most highly emphasized and prized possession presently available. 'Tis the time for expressing and or releasing the burning passion or innate yearning which comes from fusing one's creativity and practical knowledge simultaneously. Otherwise, tension will mount until an outlet is inevitably found, and better for that to be on one's own terms and accord than left to mere chance or explosive whim. Am I right? In which case, self-derived inspiration is what's implicated for the duration of this here lunar half-month period, with its oh and aha moments, or synchronicities, if you will, born of long-sought clarity and endeavoring. It's as delicately interconnected a dance as the slightest insight which provokes thought from the edge of awareness that vanishes at the point of provocation. Frustrating, yes, but given a rest, the rest shall surely follow in due time, even if the very crux of an idea is thought forgotten, for lingering passion always manages to cull out and coax it back to the surface and back into full view or revelation again. The natural point and or purpose of this specific part of dearly beloved Mother Nature's curriculum vitae for this part of the season is to bring back or rest some avoided, pushed away, or suppressed idea or need to the fore, front and center. We're safe to say ye elements, and yes, the elementals themselves, are soundly in place to help one vividly do so, most kindly, gently, and constructively. And In a nutshell, according to the calendarized staves of the Elder Firthark, it matters not how one allows it, breaks it down, or unpacks it, nor is it even about whether one has the acumen or skills to execute it. Rather, whatever it is, and it's been known for quite some time, thou art ready to face that which has hounded or sort of tormented oneself long enough. So grow up and fucking grab thyself by the bootstraps and breeches and bury that hatchet or trench once and for all and move on for Valhalla's sake. Otherwise, it ain't going to go away by itself, not by any stretch of thy imagination. Got initiative? KENAS.